Welcome to Philosophy and Critical Thinking. In today's video, I'm going to be putting forward a thought experiment which I call the Mad Mathematician, a thought experiment on the 97% consensus on climate change. Imagine you've been kidnapped by a mad mathematician. He's locked you up in a room and he said that he's going to give you a mathematical problem. The mathematical problem is so advanced that only people with a PhD in mathematics would be able to solve it. You've got the day to figure out the answer and to give him the answer. If you get the answer wrong, he's going to kill you. If you get the answer right, he'll not only let you leave, but he'll also give you $1 million. The mad mathematician knows that you don't have a PhD in mathematics. So what he's done is he's got 100 people who have a PhD in mathematics, and he's put them in the room with you, and has said you can ask them for the answer, and they can tell you the answer and do all the work for you, but you alone have to give me the answer when the time is up. You spend the day talking to all the mathematicians and asking for their answer, and you found that 97 of the mathematicians have told you their answer is 1, and you have spoken to 3 of the mathematicians and they have told you the answer is 2. So what answer do you give the mad mathematician? Do you give the mad mathematician the answer 1, the answer the 97 gave, or the answer 2, the answer the 3 gave? I would say that our intuitions would immediately tell us to give the answer that the 97 gave. If somebody were to respond to you by saying, well, you're just appealing to popular opinion, you're just going with the popular view, if we thought about it for a moment, we'd say, well, we don't have the means to be able to come up to this answer. And this isn't just a random 100 people. These 100 people are experts in the question being asked. And that to have experts giving the answer here, even though they're experts, yes, sometimes they can make mistakes and get things wrong. The fact that 97 of them, of the 100, all converged on the same answer makes it much more probable that that's the correct answer than going with the 3. And you'd admit, yes, it is possible that the 3 are right and the 97 are wrong. That's always possible. But it would be really irrational to rely on that, given what's at stake. What makes this analogous with conversations regarding climate change consensus is that 97% of climate scientists say that climate change is occurring and that it's man-made. Now, regarding some people who are climate change skeptics or climate change deniers, will reject that there even is a consensus. Obviously, this argument isn't going to be very persuasive to them there. Like if they're denying the very fact that there is a consensus, obviously this argument won't hold much weight. That said, there's a useful resource called skepticalscience.com, which goes through all the evidence and all of the studies that produced the 97% consensus amongst climate scientists. So we I think we can be quite confident that the 97% claim is correct. But if they do accept the consensus but reject it or dismiss it as popular opinion, or just going with the majority, like saying, oh, you're just going with the majority, that's not good critical thinking or something like that, this is where the thought experiment does have force, because it would be to say that, oh, well, I'm going to go with the 3%. I'm going to assume that it's not occurring because there's the fact that there's 3% of climate scientists saying that it's either not occurring or is not man-made, would be analogous to going back to the mad mathematician saying that the answer is 2, which we've already established would be highly irrational. If you want more information, you can go onto my website philosophycriticalthinking.com. Also on that website, there's a tutorial I have on appealing to authority and ad hominems, which in that tutorial goes into more detail about when it's rational to appeal to authorities or to appeal to experts. And a book I recommend, which also goes into this kind of stuff, is Understanding Arguments by Walter St. Armstrong and Robert Fogelin, which I'll have in the description below. And also I'm going to have in the description below the skepticalscience.com article, which goes over the justification for the claim that 97% of climate scientists say that climate change is occurring and that it's man-made. If you want to stay in tune for more tutorials, please subscribe and click the bell. Thanks.